Fit in since you got here?
He's done a good job. Yeah, I mean, he's fit in well. You know, a good inside linebacker, long, plays physical, and he's really good getting off blocks. So he's fitting with the players, studies a lot. He's in my office all the time after practice, before meetings in the morning. So really fits in with the guys.
So you're confident about he's up to speed kind of going into week one?
Yeah,
Despite his
he's up to speed.
Okay.
Yeah, all the guys that are new, they're all up to speed.
Yeah,
you know,
the other two guys added by waiver claim, Ford McCrary. What have you seen from them so far? Do you feel like those are good guys?
Yeah, the same. You know, the true pros. You know, they've been coached well where they came from. You know, Mike's been in the league 2 years, and Nate coming from ball. So all those guys have come in, and they've had a great week, and they're ready to play. Gosh, you know, I won't be able to tell you that till about week 3, to be honest with you. You know, sometimes when you start to compare things, you give things away to the opponents, and that's just, you know, that's kind of where I am. I'll wait till about week 3.
You said a couple weeks ago that. But has anybody emerged in that role?
Yeah, you know, I think that even some of the young guys, Coop has, you know, he's emerged. He's made some plays. Spence has taken a little bit bigger role. You know, he realized he's a veteran. And you get guys like Tim Patrick and some of those guys that have been around. Yeah, they've done a nice job.
How confident?
Yeah, no question. They're all good. You know, Kadarius, what he did at Florida, how fast he is. Pep, you know, he breaks more tackles really than anybody in this league. And then CJ with Board back there, he averaged 12.5 in the preseason on punt returns. And so they got some great weapons. You know, they got a great core, and we worry about all of them. We have to prepare for all.
Judge's background as a special teams guy, do you see an extra emphasis on that from them, or a really solid play in that area?
A really solid play in that area, no question. You know, they have 3 special teams coordinators that have been in the league that are on their staff. You know, and really with 4 with Amos, you know. So they have 4 special teams coordinators between them. I think they have like 87 years of experience in this league as coordinators. So that's a lot of years, and those guys do a great job, and the players play hard. They got great specialists in Graham. We all know Casey. You know, he's a Pro Bowler. And Riley. You know, these guys are all great players, and then they do a great job of combining them with the coaching and the execution.
Have you seen enough from KJ Hamler to put him back there as a returner?
Yeah, I think so. You know, KJ, Bryce, Spence as a punt returner. You know, we got some other good guys at kick returner. So you may see some surprises, to be honest with you, this weekend.
So you mentioned Spence taking on that elevated leadership role. How do you think he's handling just kind of higher expectations coming off good last year, his first touchdown, everything?
I think he's put those expectations on himself. So when you say how he's handled it, I think that great players put high expectations on themselves, and then they do it out at practice. And he's had a great 4 weeks. And we expect big things from him in the next, 20 as far as we want to go. So that's what we're hoping for. We get 20 weeks out of him.
With Brandon being named the captain, and we saw 3 on defense and just 2 on offense, doesn't seem like there were any parameters. So what's that say about him and his leadership?
Oh, it's awesome. Yeah, Brandon's always been, he's the leader. Within the core, you're trying to find some other guys. But it can't always just be going to Brandon. It can't be one guy you can lean on. Sam's done a nice job of taking on some ownership role in his units, on the punt team. And as a holder, he's got to run the whole show. But Brandon is our major leader. That's the voice that they voted for. And he takes that role very, very seriously.
Where do you see Sam having improved since the end of last year the most?
I think the biggest thing is hang time so far that I've seen in camp. When we finished the season last year, we challenged him with hang time. We need another 0.2, 0.3 of a second to help the coverage units. That's usually about 7 yards that you can get, and believe it or not, 0.3 of a second when you're really rolling. So we've challenged him to do that, and he's accepted the challenge.
How's that stadium for
I'm working on
It
it.
usually blows to one sideline or another, but it's more at a 45 degree. It's one of the few stadiums, everybody thinks all the stadiums either sit north, south, or east, west. This thing sits at a 45. So you get the swirling winds, and you got to find it early in pregame. We don't go out and play the wind. I have them go out and kick as if they're inside the indoor, just kick it away. And the wind's not going to affect that ball till it loses speed. So we figure it out as we go through the pregame.
Is it better than it was at the old Meadowlands?
I wasn't ever there, so I can't really tell you.
When you first got Sam, he was pretty raw. Has he kind of hit the levels that you foresaw when you first started working with him?
Sam Martin?
Yeah.
Sam Martin was a pro. He was one of the best guys back in 2016, 2017. He had that injury with the shell on his ankle, so he missed about 14, 15 games one season, and that really set him back. But gosh, he was hitting, 48s and 45-yard net. He was one of the first guys to get over 44 nets. So I'm getting him. I'm hoping we get him back to that 2016, 2017 era. I don't know that he was raw. I thought he was one of the best directional guys in the league, along with, hitting balls really high with hang time. And right now, the biggest thing I want to get him back to is he's been a good directional guy for us, but we want that hang time. And so far, he's been pretty good.
Tom, do you guys set goals for your units or for each, special team?
Yeah, you have goals for every single unit. The biggest goal is for every unit is field position. Everybody thinks that if you average 30 yards per kickoff return, what if they're kicking it all the way out the back? So you're still on the 20-yard line. So, but the big thing that we do is we want to basically play half-court offense is our number one goal. So those are our return units and full-court defense. If you were to ask just to summarize our goals, every goal is around that. And then biggest thing is we got to make all of our kicks. Every one. Plus 50, plus 60, doesn't matter. Don't put limits on it.
Coach, thanks.
Thank you. Have a good